Welcome back, everyone. Divorce can bring out the worst in people, but it's never okay to drag kids through the mud.
That's especially true when you're co-parenting. Here with us today is some advice from Counselor Kelly Olson with the Village Family Service Center. Thanks so much for being here. So what are the absolute must-never do when you're co-parenting?
Well, one of the biggest things is that you should never bash the other parent. You know, the children are a part, half of you and half of your ex-spouse. And so if you're bashing your ex-spouse, you're actually bashing part of your child. And they absolutely have to have the ability to love both parents 100%. And so if you're constantly bashing the other parent, that's really starting to, it can affect the child.
And I bet it's hard sometimes too, especially if you find out your spouse is saying bad things about you. And how do you, what do you tell your child? Like maybe daddy's got it wrong or mommy's got it wrong. I'm not really like that.
A lot of parents get kind of stuck in that battle of I want the kids to know the truth about the divorce, or I want the kids to know the truth about the issue at hand, or if dad is saying bad things about me, then I'm going to say bad things back. And actually it's really much better to take the high road. There's been lots of studies that indicate that actually children far better do much better in divorce situations if the parents aren't fighting. And that's the biggest predictor actually in determining whether or not kids will do okay, is if the parents can get along and co-parent good. So
what if the other one is saying something about you, you don't like that other person, you rarely talk? I mean, I'm assuming the parental thing to do is to pick up the phone and have a conversation, but a lot of people don't want to do that.
No, they don't. And a lot of times there's a lot of emotional baggage from the past marriage, obviously, because things didn't end good, right? That's why we got a divorce, right? And so, I mean, if you can't talk it out, I mean, the first thing to do is give a call and say, you know, I just want to talk with you, and try to remove all emotional pieces of it. Just say, just want to talk with you. I'm hearing these things. I'm not sure if it's true. Seek first to understand. Maybe the child is not actually saying it accurately, and so seeking first to understand and then just talking about it. And if it doesn't work out, maybe doing some mediation together, counseling together, to try to talk about the differences with a mediator there.
We've got a Facebook question too in regard to some video games. And the comment is, I don't allow video games with violence or shooting when my son visits his father, but when my son visits his father, all I hear when he gets home is, Dad lets me play Call of Duty. Why can't I play it when I'm home? And now my son is bugging me to buy these crazy games, and I've mentioned it to my ex before, but clearly he thinks otherwise. So how can I get my ex to be on the same page?
Well, that's just hard because, you know, I might have an opinion about how I'm going to rule my house, and you might have an opinion how you're going to rule your house. And so if I try to tell my ex-husband that I don't want the Call of Duty for my kids, he might think that I'm being bossy or trying to dictate what's happening, and he may become very offensive on that. And the reality is that he's going to do whatever he's going to do at his house, and I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do at my house. And that's kind of the icky part of co-parenting, is that it would be best if we could talk about what's in our child's best interest. Like, for instance, Call of Duty, it's pretty graphic, and so if you're having some negative behaviors, maybe the child's acting out in school and being offensive, maybe having a conversation with your ex-spouse and saying, hey, I'm hearing this from the teachers, this is what the child is doing in school. I don't know if it's Call of Duty, but I'm wondering if we should take a break from Call of Duty, and just having a conversation about that. Just because the ex-spouse has that game at their house does not mean you have to have it at your house. You can have your rules the way you want to, but there is a lot of pressure to kind of one-up each other in divorce situations, which can be very difficult. But again, studies show too that it's not about whether or not I have the best toys at my house. It's about that one-on-one attention and giving their child love and spending time with them that really does matter.
Okay, we'll be right back with more on how to co-parent right after this.